Hi everybody, we're going to discuss programming our 7500 series Rev 4 air valve today. This is going to be an air valve for either Pro-Aux, a sulfur air type system. Anyway, we'll go into the programming of this. So the first thing we're going to do is plug it in. You see we're in service mode, the screen's illuminated. So we need to unlock the screen to start. So to do that, we're going to push the up and down arrow key at the same time and hold it for about 5 seconds. You'll hear a beep. Once you hear the beep, you're in the programming mode. Did want to mention there's two levels of programming here. This is the first level of programming. I'll go over the second level a little bit later on, but this is for most the homeowners where you're going to program the time of day and whatnot. So the first thing you do is hit that first button, and you're going to have some parameters that you can set. So review company info, there's nothing on there for that. So setting the time of day, you can scroll up and down, date, service days. So we'll set the time of day. You want to press this first button right here, and you'll see that the day comes up. So here's your hour. Then push that first button again. It goes over to the minutes, and then push it again, and you come back out. So I'm going to go back into that. I wanted to show you too. To go to AM to PM, you need to go through the 12 hours. So see, there's 10 AM, 11 AM, 12 PM. So that's how you change the AM PM if you're in the 12-hour mode. So anyway, scroll up and down to change that. That takes you over to the minutes. You can go to, it's 10:10 right now, and the time of day is set. Scroll down, hit this button again, and you can go to set date. There again, today's the 9th. Scroll over, 28th, and then you can set the date here, the year here, 1922, or 2022, not 1922. Okay, and then go back and you're back out date. Service days. Again, this is going to depend on your service or your system. If it's Pro-Aux or it's a sulfur air, 3 or 4 days. The Pro-Aux is 4 days, so that's where we have this one set. But you can change that to increase your regeneration if you have high iron content or things like that. Regen time. This is the time that your unit's going to do a backwash. We set all the units here at 2 a.m. Most people are asleep at 2 a.m. If you have multiple systems, you do want to stagger this by an hour for each system. Softeners, if you have a softener in your system, they take a little over an hour, so you always want to make those, program those for the last system to regenerate. So anyway, again, scroll up and down. Like I said, we set it at 2 a.m. Hit that first button again over to minutes, and your regen time is set. Backwash time, this is always going to be set for 10 minutes and set here at the factory, but you can change this and increase it if you desire. Air draw time, that's going to be set at 10 minutes. That's also set here at the shop, but you can play around with that. Again, we don't recommend it, but if you want to. Fast runs time, that's going to be 8 minutes. And then you can review the regen times. There's a software review here. We normally don't use either one of those. So anyway, once you have those parameters set, then you can hit the second button here, the finger with the arrow to the left. This will put you back into service. You can see it says in service 4 days remaining for regen, and the regen time is at 2 a.m. So that concludes the basic part of the programming. If you're considering going into the master programming, I'm going to show you how to do that. You can also reference your startup guide. If you're unsure about that, you may want to call in and have one of our service techs walk you through that process. So basically, you just cut power to the unit, plug it back in right away, push the first 3 buttons in order. You get the same startup screen that you had for the other programming. Here, though, you can go in valve model, language. You can set the hour mode to 12 hour to 24 hour. You can still do all the date and time of day and all that stuff, but you basically have some programming parameters here. You have regen cycles, and then you have this regen mode. When you set those up, that determines if you have a filter valve, an air valve, or a softener type system. You can change the parameters to regenerate per days or by gallons used. So there's a lot of variables here depending on the system that you have. Again, we pre-program these here before we get them delivered to you. If you decide you want to change the type system you have, maybe you have a standard filter and you're going to turn it into an air valve. Again, we have videos for that, but we recommend, if you don't fully understand there, to call into one of our service techs. If you set the parameter of your valve up wrong, it's not going to work well for you. So anyway, again, once you get through all of that, hit that finger with the arrow to the left, puts you back into service, and you're 4 days left in regen time at 2 a.m. Okay, well, I hope that helps. That's the end of our 7500 Rev 4 air valve programming video. Have a great day.